home bosses, and welcome everybody to my channel. I hope everybody is okay. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to upload a book onto KDP. In my last videos, I have been showing you how to make a Would You Rather book. And we made the interior and we made the cover, and I thought I'd show you quickly how to upload the book to Amazon. So let's hop onto our KDP dashboard and let's start uploading everything. So the language you select depends on the language that your book is written in. Our book is in English, so we select that, but there's no reason why you can't produce a Would You Rather book in a different language, so that might be a nice idea. And then we have to enter our book title. So the title always has to be exactly as it is on your book cover. I made a video about titles and subtitles, so if you want to go and watch that afterwards, that will explain everything you need to know about choosing your title and your subtitle. So we're going to enter our title, which is The Silly Book of Would You Rather Questions. And I always put everything in capital letters. And then the subtitle was for kids ages 6 to 12, and then we can actually add something else because the subtitle doesn't have to be exactly like it is on the book. So we could call it something, or we could add something like hilarious questions for kids and all the family. So I think that kind of explains what the book is about. That will do as a subtitle. And we're not producing a series, so we leave that as it is. There's no edition number, we leave that as it is. Your author name, again, I made another video about pen names, author names. You can watch that video too. I will leave a link in the description below so that you can access those videos. And I'm just going to use the home boss as the author name. And I will upload this book onto KDP so you can look it up if you want. And there's no contributors. Contributors are basically people who help you with your book, like translators or illustrators or editors, anybody that you want to mention. And then we have to fill in the description. Now, the description should be done in HTML, and I'll show you how you can do that. Basically, just type in htmlonline.com editor, or just type HTML editor into Google and you will see a few editors there. I've prepared a text, and we also put that text at the back of your book, on the back cover. So if you remember, we did that in our last video. So let's put that in here. And this is the description I want to have in Amazon. So on the left hand side, you have how you want it to look in your description on Amazon, and on the right hand side you've got your HTML text. The reason we do that is if you just typed in the description here normally as you would type, it wouldn't come out the same on Amazon. That's why we have to really use HTML. So we go back on that and we copy all of this, and then we just paste it into our description field in Amazon. So now this will look exactly as it does here. So you can even make some of the things bold, for example. So that would look quite good. Actually, let's do that. Let me just delete all this, and I'll copy this now and paste it in our description box. So there we are. So that's your description, and descriptions are very important. Amazon doesn't index a description, but Google does. So if you want to be found on Google, you want your books to be found, if people search for them, then a description is really useful. Publishing rights. Always click I own the copyright and I hold necessary publishing rights. If you have created your book, then you are automatically the copyright owner. So that's what we do. Keywords. Now, keywords, you have to fill in, it's your choice basically what you're going to use. I think what I'll do is I will make a list of keywords that you can use, and I'll post it on Gumroad, and those keywords that I'm going to put on Gumroad are going to be the keywords that I feel will have good search volume and low competition, and there will be quite a few of them, so I'm going to skip this for now, but I will make those keywords available on Gumroad so that you can choose the ones that apply to your Would You Rather book, because obviously my Would You Rather book is slightly different. So I will put the keywords on Gumroad, and that will be free, so you can download them. Obviously, if you want to buy me a coffee or you want to contribute a little bit and help me run this channel, that will be greatly appreciated, but you can download them for free as well. So if you haven't been earning yet on KDP, then it's absolutely fine if you want to have the list for free. But as I said, if you want to buy me a coffee or contribute to this channel, that is greatly appreciated, and I thank everybody very much who wants to do that. So those are the keywords. So have a look on Gumroad. I'll leave the link in the description below, so you can put your own keywords in this section. And remember, there's no need to put any commas in between, and there's no need to repeat keywords. Again, I made a video about these specific keywords where it tells you all about what you need to do. So again, I will leave the link below in the description. Categories. Categories are the two categories that you have to choose. It's usually, or in this case, it's non-fiction. Let's see what we could use. A Would You Rather book is really like a game, so I'm hoping that I can find something that would be like games, or maybe juvenile non-fiction. Let's have a look here. Activity books. This is a good one. So let's have activity books as one of the categories, and we have to choose another one. Let's see what else we can find. So games and activities, that's another one. Board games. It's not a board game, it's not a puzzle. Question and answers. Let's choose that one. That's quite a good one. So now these categories, by the way, are not the categories that you see as a buyer on Amazon. These are just the categories that we use as publishers. Again, that is another subject, and I will probably make another video about that as well. But for now, so just choose the categories that apply for your book. Now, adult content. Does this book contain language, situation, or images inappropriate for children under 18 years of age? We say no to that, and then we press save and continue. So that's been saved successfully. And now we assign a free KDP ISBN number. That's free. So I'm always really grateful that we can actually publish books for free on Amazon. I think that's amazing. So a KDP ISBN number is absolutely fine if you're publishing on Amazon. If you want to publish your book somewhere else, I think that's a different matter. But if you're publishing on Amazon, this is absolutely fine, and it's free. So the publication date is your live on Amazon date, and that's the date that this will go live. So you don't need to do anything there. Now you have to choose your print options. We're going to choose black and white interior with white paper. You can choose color. That would make it very expensive to print. Or you could choose black and white with cream paper. But personally, I think that's more for novels. I think for activity books and low content books, I think white is quite nice, but it's completely up to you. It's your book. You can decide what you want to do with it. The trim size is the size, and it's already 6x9, which is the correct size. But if you wanted to make a different sized book, you would choose that here. Ours is 6x9, and we select no bleed because when we created the interior, we basically didn't include bleed. Bleed means that the images go right to the edge of the paper, which in our case, it wasn't doing that. So, and also bleed settings are only for interiors. I noticed that some people were getting confused with the cover. The cover is always with bleed, but you don't select that. It's automatically done for you in KDP. So for the interior, that's what you have to decide, whether it's bleed or no bleed. And we selected no bleed when we designed our interior because the images were not going right to the end of the paper. And then we can choose whether we want a matte or a glossy finish for the cover, and that is completely up to you. I quite like the matte. Most of my books are with matte covers. Some of them are glossy. I think my children's books are glossy because they just look nice. It's completely up to you. So I'm going to choose glossy on this one because it's a children's book and it just makes it look nice and bright. So now we have to upload our paperback manuscript. We click that, and we always upload PDF files. So this is where I've got my interior stored. So I'll click open and that will upload it to KDP. So I'm just waiting for this to load. Sometimes this can take a little bit long, but here we are, it's already done. And then we have to upload our cover. And because we already created our cover, we can click here. The cover creator is the Amazon cover creator, and I've never used it because I just find it a lot easier to make the cover on Canva or on PowerPoint or any other program. So because we've got a cover already print ready, we click here and then we can upload our cover file by clicking here. And it's uploading it now. So that's been saved successfully. Now we have to wait for the launch previewer to go live. There it is. So now we click launch previewer because that will let us see if everything is okay with our book. Now this can take a little while, and I think I will just stop the video for now and then come back to it when it's been uploaded. And when you do this, just be prepared to have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea while you're waiting, because sometimes it can take quite a long time, but other times it's quite quick, so it just depends. I'm going to pause the video now and come back to it when it's ready. So our book has uploaded in the print previewer, and here is our cover and our back cover and front cover. So just check that everything is in order and the way you want it to be. I'm just checking the margins. These little lines show you where the book will be cut when it's going to print, and everything has to basically be inside of those lines. If anything goes over, then obviously you know that it may be cut off. So in this case, this looks okay. Let's have a look at the interior. So again, that's all within the margins. Let's see the next pages. So it looks like everything is in order. We have a different question on every page. It's 100 pages in total. And if you watched the video where we created this interior, you can see how this looks on the KDP print previewer now. So I think everything is in order. We can approve that. So I click on approve, and that will take us to the next page now, or it will take us to the previous page, and we just check it and make sure everything is okay. And it also tells us the printing cost. So this will cost us $2.15 to print. Just check that everything is okay here. Interior and paper type is black and white interior with white paper. It's set to no bleed. The paperback cover finish is glossy. The trim size is 6x9 and the page count is 100. So all of that is correct. So we can click on save and continue. And this should now take us to the page where we can actually start thinking about what we want to charge for this book. Now, the first one is the territories. I always click all territories, worldwide rights. That means that it basically shows in all Amazon countries. And here is where you then set your price. I never go under $6.99 because otherwise the margins are just too low and it's not worth it. So let's see what happens if we set this at $6.99. It should tell us what our royalties are going to be. So that will give me royalties of $2.04. And if we click expanded distribution, it will pay us 65 cents. Let's have a look at the other marketplaces. So on amazon.co.uk, which is where I sell most of my books, that would cost people £5.36 and I would get £1.52 in royalties. So I think that's a fair price. Because it's only 100 pages, I think $6.99 is reasonable. And people look for bargains, but then if you make it too cheap, sometimes people think the book is no good. So it's a very fine line between giving people value for money, but also making a profit that is worth making books for. So just decide on the lowest you can go. In your case, everybody will have a different view on this. So I'm just telling you what I do in this case, but you can obviously make a completely different decision. Some people like to price their books a lot cheaper to start with, and then when they've sold a few, they then increase their prices. That's another good strategy to use. Now we filled everything in and we are ready to publish our paperback book. So just make sure before you click this button that you check everything, because if you make any mistakes, some things are impossible to edit afterwards. For example, the title, the subtitle, there's certain things that you can't change. And if you make a mistake there, you have to unpublish your book and it's just more complicated. So always make sure that you absolutely check everything before you hit publish. And now we can hit publish. And there is our silly book of Would You Rather questions. So I hope this was interesting for you and that it helped you in how to upload your book to KDP. This is the follow-on video to the other videos that we made about the Would You Rather book. So I thought it might be interesting for you to see it on Amazon as well, so you can check on it. And like I mentioned in my last video, the next video will be on how we will create an ebook from this paperback book. So that will be the next video. In the meantime, don't forget to download the keywords or search for your own keywords and make sure you fill them into the 7 keyword boxes so that your book has the best chance of being found on Amazon. And if you want to download the list, I leave the link in the comments below. You can download it from Gumroad. So that's all really for today, and thank you again so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and if you are not subscribed yet to this channel, please consider subscribing, because you will get more videos all about publishing on KDP and how to run a business from home or from anywhere. As long as you have a computer, a PC or a laptop and an internet connection, you can run a business like this and make an income online. So I'll see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.